started. Scoot this chair over a bit, and then I'll just work kind of like right here. You guys can see me, and if that camera is still going, then you guys can see both, I hope. Okay, so I made these cute little vests that I'm going to resell. And I put, this was made out of a vintage tablecloth. And has a bunch of carnations. And then I appliqued some roses onto it. And some other little lettering that tells how to applique and stuff. Some other little roses. So it's real cute. It has... This would fit a large and an extra large, and it'd be a little loose on a medium. So, and then I just have these little denim ties, and then you can just tie it or you can put it in a bow, but it has two little ties here in the front, which I think are really cute. And I just left the raw edges, and the whole thing is like raw edges. But being that this is a vintage tablecloth, there may be like imperfections or little stains or this and that. I didn't see a whole lot. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make it look even more vintage. We're going to go ahead and tea dye these. So that's why I have the big pot of tea, and we're going to go ahead and tea dye these. Now each one of these is just a little bit different. Each one is a little bit different. Like that's the front of this one. It has lace down the front as well. And then so each one has, you know, a little bit different. Like this one has little denim hearts. And it has a little applique instruction thing on the back. And it's actually a vintage applique. So I put all this vintage kind of stuff together. And I see a string hanging. Let's get rid of that. So... I think it'll be quite fun. And if they sell, I don't know. But I've sold almost all of my vintage stuff that I've made, boho style, just redesigning, creating things myself on Poshmark. So I sell on Poshmark. I haven't been on there since right before Christmas. But I'm just kind of stocking up, making some things. And I'm going to go back on when things kind of settle down. So, what do I have? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. I have 4 of them. So then there's this one. It has the big rose applique in the back. And then in the front, they all have the little denim ties. Super, super cute, isn't it? And then this one has the little applique, kind of like instructions, part of the instructions. So we're going to go ahead and just dip these in the water one by one, making sure they all get coated. And then we'll wait for the water to kind of cool down before we take them out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and then wring them out and then put them in my dryer to set the tea. So a hot dryer, and set the tea, and then they should be good. And then I'll wait for them to, I'll dry them all the way. And then I'll probably rewash them before I sell them, because I don't want somebody to buy them and then they like rub off on their clothing, So we want to rewash them too. But we want to make sure that the dye really gets set. So we're going to go ahead and put these in the pot. Can you guys even see the pot? Yeah, you can see the pot. One by one. And we want them to get like a nice, kind of a nice tan color. We've got the heat off. So we're just putting them in the hot, steamy, I'm making a mess all over my counter. Hot, steamy tea. I think they're super cute. With a pair of jeans, or a jean skirt, be adorable. So adorable. And we'll have to kind of, mix them around a little too, so, it gets through the folds and all of that. So, yeah. We want the tea to take hold. I think they're super cute. I see a little string on that one too. I'll have to, I did a whole bunch of applique. So I'll have to go through and make sure all the loose ends are cut off. And this one's real cute with the denim little heart. Isn't that one cute? I like the front on this one. It has some little lace on it too. Super, super cute. Adorable. And we got all of them in there. We're just going to let them sit until this evening, until tonight. And I think, and I'll keep looking, you know, watching them. So I don't want them to get brown. I want them to be more like a kind of a patina to them, you know, a little patina that's, let's see, how could we do this? Now this material, I'm going to use the other end, but the other end has a cut, so I don't want to do it there, so I'll just have to do it separately. Go this other way then. I want it to even up this material. I'm going to be cutting out just some little napkins, so I thought I'd roll the film for these things. Maybe someone would be interested in doing something like this. I don't know, but it's something I'm doing, so what I need to do. So I just kind of rolled the film with whatever I got going on. I've always got some kind of a project in the fire. Okay, so let's see what size we can get out of this. Still not straight. Let me get it straight. The raw edges, salvage edge, nice and straight. So I can measure from there. I want to make some napkins, and this is just regular cotton. I wish it were linen, but it isn't. So if we did 12, we still wouldn't get a 12 over here. We'd get a 10. And if I want 12 by 12, I got to go 13 by 13. So if I go 13 by 13, then we'd only get a 9. We get an 8 by 8. We could do an 8 by 8 napkin. It's not going to be very big. But, let's see, 8 by 8. Not bad, though. Not bad. We're going to go ahead with it. Wish I had a pencil here, but I don't. So I'll use these pens kind of for a guide, outline, a guide for my line, my cut line. Okay, so I need 13 by 13. So I need 13. So I'm just going to put a pin in here. 13 by 13. And this is pretty close to being equal. Let me see. Because if you don't start out perfect, the next one won't end up right. So you want to make sure that you start off with your edges perfect. Okay, 13. We need 13 here. So we got 13 here. And then we need 13 here. Oop, get this straight. 13 here. And then we need another one for our guide over here. Another 13 inches. And then we may as do one right here by the corner, so we make sure we get the corner cut nice and square. And I'm just going to cut on the outside of these pens, so I know that this is very close to 13 by 13. And by the time we make a seam, if we do a 1/2 inch, sew all the way around, which we'll probably end up doing a 1/4 inch. So they'll probably be about 12.5 by 12.5, which is just fine. So we're going to go ahead and take our pins out of these two. And I'd like to have 8 napkins. And then we're going to do a little, I'm going to attempt, I don't know how good it's going to work out, but I'm going to attempt to do a little wax on these, design, and hope for the best. Okay, got it straight there. And there. We should probably, as we go along, cut out our 8 by 8 as well. You can use that for a little drink napkin, or even if it's just enough to like decorate the table, right? Sometimes I decorate my table, you know, have it decorated, and really don't have anyone coming, you know, but I decorate it just in case we want to create a party. We can at any minute have someone over for dinner or whatever. 13. I probably could have went 12 and a half, really. That's what I should have went, but I already cut it. I like nice big napkins anyway. These aren't real heavy, so these will be great for summertime. And I might put a little lace around the edges. Now these 12 by 12s, I'm probably going to embroider the edges. And then the 8 by 8s, we can go ahead and do some wax on those design. And those I'd like to make a different color. So while we're at it, let's do some 8 by 8 here. Let's see what we can get. So we'll do it as big as we can. So we got 9 by 9. So that's what we'll do. By the time we get done, we'll have 8.5 by 8.5. 9. There. All right, we're going to cut this one at 9. And then we have to cut the fold. Okay. So we got 2 of those. And then let's see how many we can get out of here. We need 9. We need 9. Okay, we'll cut that. Right before the pin, you don't want to hit that pin with your good sewing scissors. And you should always have your sewing scissors separated out. Don't use the same scissor for trying to work in your kitchen or chop something outside. That would not be good. That would not be good. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut our 9 by 9 over here too, since we're on this one. 9. Get 9. 9. Perfect. And then this one's going to end up being our 12, so we have to be very careful there. Go ahead and cut out our 9. My family is growing. I only had to worry about 6 of us until last year, and then we had a grandson, and now we got to worry about, which he's not using this yet, but when they grow up they will, so why not just plan on that, right? So we have 3 of the 9 by 9s there. All right, now we're going to go and try to get this. I don't know if I even get, what was that? Oh, it was a little egg I still have out from the little bird's nest that I made for, I'm going to change this all around today. I'm going to put something Mother's Day instead of springtime. I made these little nests. I showed you on the other video. Not showed you, but I told you about them. Out of, what was it? I forget what it came out of now. Which one was it? It was a herb. I think it was time. I think it overgrew, and I cut it back this year. I have it growing in like 2 or 3 spots, so worked out fine. I already had this material on hand, which worked out real nice. So I didn't have to, you know, some of the Joann fabric stores are going out of business. I haven't made it there yet, if they're still here in town, but they are going out of business, and I would like to get some fabric. All right, we need 13. 13. 13. 13. Kind of getting off the screen, I know. By 13. That pin is a no good. Okay. Back one square here. 13. 13. It's a lovely day outside. It's actually warmer outside than it is in here. And I hope to get out there here real soon. Take a mooch around and see what I need to do. All right, this one ended up before it. I'm just gonna go with it. It's okay. It's quite all right. 2, 4, 6. 6. We need 2 more of those 12 by 12s, at least. I'd like more, but I'm not gonna be pushing it. So 13, baby, 13 right here. We're gonna take a look at our tea-dyed vest. All the things that I made boho style so far sold. I may have 1 or 2 dresses that is not boho style that did not sell. But the majority of the things that I made all sold. And so I'm happy for that. And then the last video before Christmas, they were asking about, do you have any more boho stuff that you created? And I'm like, you know, I wish I did. I wish I had time to just sit and sew all day long. I used to, and not anymore. But hopefully I'll have some time to sew, maybe get back to my sewing channel. Okay, so we have 8 there. So that's perfect. Just 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do you appreciate? Remember that? Okay. Being funny again, right? All right, and now we need our 9 by 9s, right? Do our 9 by 9s. And we're going to check our pot. Let's see how it looks. It's actually super. It's getting, I don't really want it to get much darker than that. I think that's perfect. But it just seems like I haven't kept it in there long enough. And you know, once we rinse them off, it's going to lose some of that color as well. So I'm going to leave them for a little bit longer because they're still very hot. And I don't want to burn myself on that hot. All right, 9 by 9s we're looking for here. 9 by 9. These are still a nice size. I'll show you. They're still going to be a nice size. Like a little drink napkin, or even if like a little daintish, like if you have tea, these would make a really cute napkin for tea. And I love having tea. And so that would be really, really nice. My neighbor loves having tea too. She would appreciate some of these. Maybe not stained. I don't think I'm going to stain these. I don't think I'm going to antique. I think I'm going to leave these white. I think. No, these are the ones that I am going to, that I want to do the, yeah, I am going to stain these ones. And I'm probably going to add lace to the edges of this one. And that'll make it appear a little bit larger, too. So that will be nice. So how many of these do we have? Let's see. So we got 2, 4, wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. And I think we could, oh, that one clipped into it. We'll just leave it at 10 then. I might go ahead and do one more 12 by 12. Since I got 10 of those, why not make 10 of these? That way, if I had to, they'd be 2 different kinds of napkins, but if I had to, I could use them for a place setting of 20, like on a big table. I have a big table out on my porch, which I need to get my porch finished. And that would be so nice. I wouldn't even mind running some classes out there if I had my porch finished. But I don't yet. Coming though. Getting there. Every day, a little bit more. Okay, so we're at 13. I almost screwed up, you guys. 13 by 13 here. And then we're going to do also a little scripture. I didn't bring down my Bible, but we're going to pull a card, which is a prayer card. Not any weird stuff. It's prayers. Okay, scripture. I'll give you the reading, the scripture. And no weird stuff here, okay? Okay, so I got up this morning and I started cleaning my son's room. I told you my son was moving out. And he still has a lot of stuff here. And it's a real mess. So, you know how boys are, right? And so, I'm not going to get 9 by 9 on these. I don't think so. Let me see. I got a little cut in this one. I have to go a little bit. I think I can cut that off straight, though. I'll still get a 9 by 9. A little out of whack. Why am I a little out of whack? You know me, you guys. I'm always being silly. 9 is right here. Let me 9 over here. Come on, get on there. 9, and then I can straighten the edge. Especially if these turn out really darling. So we're gonna attempt it. I didn't bring down my little tool I was going to use for the, what could I use? I might have a little wooden, and then cut off this little edge straight. Perfect. So we got 12 of those, right? 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Can I get one more out of here for 12 on this one? Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, I'm right on the. How do I keep grabbing that nest? It's all over here on the plate. Oh, boy, this isn't like 12, 13. It's 12. One would be just a little bit different. So we'll go ahead and cut 13 because the underneath one can still be the same size. We'll have one that is 12. That's all right. I'm not that perfect about it. You know, I mean, I'm not that picky about it. It's just a darn napkin. As long as they all look the same. no one will probably ever notice but me. And I'll take the one that's a smaller one when I set the place setting. We always, when we all get together, it's like we already know where we each sit, you know? It's like everybody goes back to the same spot. Isn't that amazing how human behavior is? I love that subject. When I was in psychology at Purdue, I loved that. I would have went into human behavior. Why do people do what they do? I love that topic. That subject just fascinates me. Okay, so we have our 12. Good enough. We have a little bit here that we are going to fold up and maybe be able to use for something else. It's nice to have a little bit of scrap around, but I do have way too much. I'm going to start downsizing my sewing stash. Okay, so the next project is, these are going to be embroidered, and they're going to have a edge on them, a hem on them. And these are going to have a hem, but they're also going to have a lace on them. So I saw something online on someone else's post. They were setting the table, and they had, I think it was a linen napkin is the only difference, but, and they didn't have it waxed or anything, but excuse me, they had tea dyed it, or it was, you know, they bought it like that, but it had a patina to it, and it had some sort of like a rose design or some kind of a design that wasn't really pronounced, but it was like on there. And so I'm going to try to draw some roses on these corners, one corner, if I can. And then if we could kind of like dye them, I don't know if food color would hold or not, but if we could dye them where, you know, it had the wax would have a little bit of color, or the background, one of the two, right? Has to have a little color to it for the wax to stand out. So I'm getting a little worried about these vests, because see, I don't want them to get too brown. Now that one's from on the top, but what about on the bottom? Can you see the colors? You see that color? That patina? It looks vintage, it looks antiqued. How cute is that? And this one was on the bottom, but it's not real dark. I was afraid that the bottom one might be way too dark. So we're going to leave them in just a little bit longer. I'd love for that water to really cool down a little bit. Okay, we have to figure out how we can find something to melt the wax in. I don't know if you can do this in the microwave. Let me see. This is just some, I bought this on Amazon, I believe. Certified organic beeswax. And really doesn't have any directions. I wonder if I could melt it. I don't want it to catch on fire. Let me run upstairs and get a little metal cup that I have up there. We'll put some in a metal cup with some water, and we'll do like a water bath type thing. You know, what am I trying to say? What do you call it? Double broiler type thing. Put it on here. We'll get that going. Let me run up and get my cup. You can look at my cute little pincushion I made. I think this was some kind of a carton. I forget what it was. Paper carton. And then I stuffed it, and then I put material in it, and then I hot glued it, and then I put this ribbon around it, and then I made these yarn flowers. They're adorable. They are so cute. They are really cute. And I actually made some of those and put them on clothes, and the people really, I sold them all. But I have a little pattern for those that you have to wrap the wire a certain way. My mother used to make these for her Afghans. All right, I'll be right back. Let me see if I can find this metal little cup. That would be perfect, because we don't want too much. I have to be careful coming down the stairs in this skirt. It's like, oh. Okay, perfect. This will be great. This is my art cup, so it's a little bit gnarly looking, a little bit. Not gonna do too much. Now, I bought this because I make also, I need to actually make some fabric, and then I dip them in the wax, and then you can cover food with them and let them dry, and then you can cover food with them, and I do that a lot. That's why I bought the organic beeswax. So, yeah. Oh, I'm a lot of breath. Running up and down there. Okay. So let's pull a little prayer card for today, since I could have grabbed my Bible, I forgot. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. Psalms 139:14. Isn't that amazing? These prayer cards are so cute. The roses are really adorable. And then it has this little box. So cute. Love the packaging, the roses. And it has 50 in here. I showed this on one of my other videos when I went shopping, and I brought this home the next day. I was like, oh, I got to make a video about this new stuff, Christian stuff that I bought. It's so adorable. I thought it was so cute. Yeah. You know what I didn't think about? I was listening to a movie. It was actually a movie. I grabbed my watch while I was up there because I was like, what time is it? And while I was walking last night, I was listening to this movie, just had my phone in my pocket, and I was listening to this movie. Bernadette, have you guys know about Bernadette? Was it Bernadette? I think it was. I might have the name wrong. But anyway, where she saw Mother Mary. You probably know it better than I do. But anyway, my neighbor was telling me about the movie, that we should rent it, we should watch it. So I was like, I'm not that familiar with it. Let me check. So, but I did hear about it before, but I just had to like refresh. So anyway, I was listening to it, and what Mother Mary had told her was, she said to pray for the sinners. You know, and when we pray, I always try to like include other people and pray for other people and stuff like that. But I never really thought about praying for other people's sins. Have you ever thought about that? Let me know in the comments if you've ever prayed for other people's sins and prayed for people who sin. I pray for other people to find Christ and to, include him in their lives and to have a relationship with him and things like that. But I've never really prayed for people who, and we all have sinned, so, when you pray for somebody, but I never prayed about asking God to forgive them for their sins, is what I'm saying. But I have prayed for a lot of people, I always try to include a lot of people in my prayers. I think that's just, the way to be, not to be selfish in prayer, but to also think about others in prayer. And so if you take away anything from this video today, is to think about other people's sins and to help pray for their sins, especially like the big sins like Putin and different things that's going on in the world. Please pray for their sins and for them to get closer to Christ and to stop the war and to just stop killing people. It's just so terrible situation, and but yeah, I was walking and I was like like that was kind of like a light bulb moment, like a flicker, like I never thought about doing that in that way. Let me get a little, what can I stir this with? I don't want to use my spoon. See if I have something wooden I can use. I don't want to use anything real good. I mean, it'll come out, but it's going to be, you have to scrape it, you know what I mean? I was looking for some of those wooden, right here. These little wooden, there we go. It's starting, but it's still not quite all liquidy yet. But it is underneath, so it is starting. So we'll use this one to stir, and we'll use this one to hopefully dip it and try to draw and try to make a design if we can, like a rose design if we can, on each one of these. So I need to put something underneath here, so I'm going to find a piece of paper. Nice big white packaging paper. We'll set those there, and then we'll start our first one here. Be nice if I could put some color in the wax. I think that would be amazing. But I don't know if food color will work, but you know what? Let's try it. It'll be an experiment between you and I. If it flubs, it flubs. If it works, it works. Where is my food color? I had some that's like pastel. That's what I wanted to use, the pastel food color. I have a red there, but I don't want to use that red. Here we go. These ones you use for cake decorating. Oh yeah, you guys, it's getting there. Uh-huh. Very nice. Very nice. It's almost there. It's going to be amazing. Let's try to put this color in while it's really... I don't want it to be red. No, it's not going to mix, I don't think. Good. Maybe. That is a little taller. A little bit taller. It might have a slight little color to it. Made a little color on the bottom, so maybe it has this a little hint of pink. Okay, I'm gonna go grab my apron because I don't want to ruin this, and we're gonna sit right here and we're going to start these. I'm gonna grab a water too, and I'm going to bring this over closer. If I get a, oops, ooh. bug, or not a stink bug, but a, what do you call it? Ladybug flying at my head. I'm gonna try this. Might want to put a napkin under it. I don't want to have it too, I don't know if this is going to work or not, because to draw, you can't have it too puffy. You gotta have it. I think it'll be all right. All right, let me grab my apron and we're going to get started. Perfect! So perfect! All right, let's see here. Get my head in this thing. Even if I just have it draped over me. Like so. God, I didn't want it way up here. I think I tied a knot where it was hanging. Now it's too high. I don't know if I can get the knot out. I'm probably making it worse. Well, it's a little uncomfortable, but. All right, we have our other 12 napkins over there. Let me put these away over here because I don't want to grab the wrong one on the wrong size. So, let's see. Oh, we need this stuff. Oh, I wanted this for that. I wanted this for the hot stuff. What am I doing? I get so excited. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, and then if we could just take this out, so we only have that little thing to worry about. That'd be great. Just got this little cleaning rag here. Clean. And get this out. Yeah, then we can get rid of this big pan. Okay. All right. Lovely. We do have, so what's going on in the kitchen cook-wise is we do have, what do I want to say? I'm going to turn this camera just a little bit just in case it is recording. We do have yogurt, fresh yogurt in the crock pot today. So 1 gallon, fit perfect. Okay, so we're going to try this. We probably have to work pretty fast, if it'll do. It might not even do. No. It's like it's already setting up. What's going on? I thought it would do. I really did. Shoot. Nope. Need one of those little things that they use for wax. Try the other end. Pick up a better portion. I don't know. I'm not sure this would work. It's already setting up. Well, we're going to do a little smear type rose. Wow, is it already setting up? How come I'm not getting the oil? I'm getting, or the wax, I'm getting this other stuff. It always takes the right tools, you know? When you don't have the right tools, you can't do the right job. That's for sure. Here's the leaf. There's the little flower. We'll make a little stem. Oh, that got filled in. I guess the leaves are going to get filled in, just like that one did. Darn it. Terrible. Ooh. Well, what do you say? Let's do the best we can. That one fell. Not perfect. Not perfect. But we'll see what happens with the rest. Oh, I meant to get a water. Still. Yeah, it's starting to. I'm just gonna try to make a pink rose. Bottom here. Look at all that. I can't believe how fast it dries up. A little leaf. We have to work fast. So here's the other one. And then I will probably put these in a little bit of coloring. I might put them in the tea dye since it's not working so good. I might as well just tea dye these, which I was going to anyway. So, all right. We need a little flower. I'm doing it too close to the edge, but I need a little of that pink. If I can get some of that pink from the bottom, where it may stay, it may not stay. There we go. Rub this in good. Don't know. And then you can heat this back up too, like if I wanted to do my little, you know, my little cloths. If I wanted to do those, man, how fast. Okay. Just making a couple little petals. They're not going to be perfect, but if they go in the tea, they may look okay. They may have some sort of a shape to them. I don't know. I'm like, this is like already hard. It's like ridiculous. Ooh, damn it. I made a mess. This one. Not to make it into another flower. That's all. When you make a mess, you just blend it in at this point because I thought it would work a lot better than this, that's for sure. Never expected it to dry this fast. Okay, and then this one we need a little stem, little leaves. I should have left it in that hot water. I have to put it back and see if it makes any difference. I think it's going to be cute, but I don't know. This one's just all white, but we did get the little, I don't know if you could see it very well. We did get the little, what do I want to say? The stem on there, whatever. Let me see, did I already? Maybe that'll help. You can learn from my mistakes, okay? All right. Learn from my mistakes. I want to get some of that pink patina to it, coloring. That's way, way on the bottom. That's not going to happen. Oh, well. We're going to see pretty soon because I'm going to dip these in the wax. It'll be a little messy little rose, which might turn out kind of cute. A little stem. And a little couple leaves. Yep. Bring that stem down. This one's going to be cute. I already know. Can you see it? You can actually see it on the back side a little bit better. I think that one's going to be cute. Okay, and then, whew, I'm burning up. How many more? Let's see. Might have to warm this back up, which I don't want to do. Now the pink didn't work. Food coloring did not work. Then when we get this out of the tea dye and they dry, then you want to take it and iron it with paper in between the two layers. And then that should set it. Little stem, come on. Pretty one, that's for sure. If we can get a flower, I'd love to use some of that pink, but too sad. Okay. Doing the best we can. Over there. All right, we still got quite a few to go. Ooh, too big a hunk. Some of it. I hope they'll look like something. All right, we need a stem. When it's not a color, it's hard to see the wax. Might be quite lovely, I don't know. I am dealing with some real hard wax. I think I'm going to heat this up again. Take the whole thing. I'm going to heat this back up. Check on our I'm going to check on our, throw these away, on our vest. Yeah, I'm not taking all those out to keep the tea. Let's see what we have. Stir them around a little bit. Water's still hot. Hope they're getting coated all over, but I think they are. I think they're going to look adorable. I really, really do think they're going to look nice. Okay, we're going to get some wax going here. Well, it's starting to burn. That's not good. Oh, it's not burning. It's just the pink color. It's a little pink. Smudge it. Come on. There you go. Stem. Leaf. Lovely. This might be our best one. You see it? That might be our best one so far. Okay. A few more to go. 3 more to go, actually. 3 more to go. I think it's a darling idea. I'm not perfect on the process, but I kind of know what I want. Just kind of recreating what I saw, and very for it. And I saw this just for a slight second on one of these other gals' YouTube channels. But it wasn't done with wax, but it had some sort of a, I don't think it was embroidered, but I don't know what it was, flower. And it had lace around the edges of the napkin, and it had a patina to it, like vintage patina to it. And it was so cute, and it just gave me the idea to like try this, to kind of recreate it. All right, we have a stem. We need a leaf. About 2. Okay, here's this one. Cute. It's gonna be lovely. Quite lovely. All right, 2 more. Let's get 2 more. We're gonna put it in the hot water tea bath. All right, we're almost all liquid again. I would have set up over by the stove if I knew I had, that this was going to set up so fast. Cute. Learn from my mistakes, you guys. Set it up a little bit differently when you go to do it, and make sure you have the right ink that will go, the right coloring will work. You'll know. Oh, I got some pink on this one. I don't know how I did it. This is what I was talking about. This is how I wanted it to look. Now, let's see. Gorgeous. Simply gorgeous. I think this one's going to be one of our best. Okay, 1 more. We'll just about have it licked. Okay, here's some of this bad stuff. I'm gonna try to bring this over here. It's our last one. So we don't dribble it. I know it's probably hard for you guys to see. Now it's working. Look, what the heck? When you got liquid wax, I should have tried maybe my little coffee warmer for my desk to keep the wax. That's a good idea for you guys to do if you're going to recreate this. One of those little coffee warmers would maybe work just fine. All right, we need a stem. This fabric absorbs it so fast. And white on white, clear on white. Very hard to see. Okay. All right. Let's see here. It's going to be all about how we drew it and how it looked. Here's our last one. Oh no, we got one under here. Oh no. Well, here's this one. And then we have one, kind of got, well, if we do it in the same spot, we'll be okay. We got one more, sorry. That's actually fun. If I had the right darn tool, one of them, what do they call it, batten or something like that, tool, or they call this batten? I forget. Something like that. Get one down there too, I guess, because it dribbled. It had a little dribble. All right, a couple little leaves, and we are going to call it quits. I have to go maintain my little chicks. They are waiting for me. Sure they are. If I had that tool, man, I could have done a really nice job. Oh. I will try this again on some clothing. I just wanted to try it on napkins first. Here's the other one. Okay, so we're going to take all of these and we're going to put them in the tea liquid. Do some of these other ones first. I'm scared. Let's push this stuff down. Our vest, our clothing vest, push those down. Put this in. That one. That one. Soak it all up, honey. Soak it all up. Yep. I'm going to turn you into vintage in a matter of minutes. Yes. We'll look at you in a little bit. We'll see if we did it good or we did it bad. And then I think you can, you'll iron the, and make sure when you iron, you don't just put your iron on there. You have sheets of paper on the underneath and on the top. You have sheet of paper to do the setting the wax. You could probably even scrape some of the wax off too, but after it's done. Look at some of the ones that we just put in there. Oh, they might work. Just might work, you guys. All right, we're going to clean up our mess a little bit here. And I think I want to pull those out in a little bit and show you. Ooh, I'm going to turn down my, turn down my crock pot to warm. We have yogurt in there right now. I don't know why I'm trying to save this. Oh, we have one more to go in. Oh, shoot. Oh, we have two more. Shoot. Just about forgot. That would be terrible. They got left out. All right. Now, those have to sit in there for a while. And then we are going to really clean up a little bit. We can reuse this wax, so we can sit this out and reuse that. It's hot. And then we can get rid of this. And the scraps and these things, throw away, throw away, throw away. Looking good. All right. Gorgeous outside. I got to get out and get changed and get out there and get a little sunshine. Can't wait. Just can't wait. I don't know if I could start taking out some of these vests. Let me get a bucket or something to put these in because I'm going to kind of wring them. The tea is cooling down. I'm going to put it on the floor here. Whew, is it hot? I'm going to rinse cold water. Perfect. Just what I wanted. All right, let's see how they're turning out. Super cute. Super, super cute. The back. Here's the front. And then here's the front on this one. Look how it's like tea-dyed these little appliques. So it all kind of blends well together. Super, super cute. Love that. It may have got a little tea darker here and there, but it's in the process. So see if I can get another one. I'm going to leave our napkins in there a little longer. Rinsing it in cold water. Rinsing in cold water when you have a lot of suds or you really want to get a good rinse. Cold water does better than hot. But for your dishes, you still want hot water. Super cute. I'm Here's the back to this one. Each just a little bit different. Rose bouquet on this one. I think that one's so cute. One of my favorites, I think. And it has the heart on the denim hearts on it. Okay, let's see. A little mess. Ooh, and it's hot. Ooh. I did take a before picture. I'll put it on the thumbnail, before and after. Here's the back of this one. Super cute. It's got a little thread on it. And then here's the front. And there's the front here. It's all raw edges, so like boho style. One more. We need to try one more. And then we'll take out our napkins, see how they turned out, and then we will end the film. Whew. Big mess. There we go. This was quite a process on these vests, because we had to cut out the pattern. Then we had to sew it together. And then we added the appliques and the ties in the front, because it has two ties in the front to close it. Or you can just leave them stringy and leave them hang. And then we had to do the tea staining. But now that looks like it all goes together. It's all the same patina to it. It looks amazing. Cute little garden vest. It'd be a cute little vest. Wear around your garden. It's just adorable. I think it's just adorable. Okay, so we have our four vests out. Let's see about the napkins. Afraid to rinse these. I'll try to rinse out too much, but it'll still have a little off-white patina, not stark white. So I hope. Not quite the patina I was looking for. I think we need to leave them in longer. I'm going to leave these in maybe even overnight. I think I'm going to leave them overnight. Yeah, because I want these way darker. Because otherwise you can't see the wax. You can't see the rose. So these are going to go back in. Stay overnight. Down in there. Wow, how fun was that? I think it was awfully fun. Did you guys have fun? I thought it was so much fun. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. Let me know if you like the process or not, or if you're going to try it. That'd be amazing. And thank you for my new subscribers. I appreciate you. My thing is so up. I got to get the knot out to bring it down where it's supposed to be. But anyway, it worked for the time being. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for following me. Thank you for liking my videos. And I will look forward to talking to you guys all real soon. Have an amazing day and get outside and grab some of that sunshine. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.